my little garden, and these vegetables are the first to be harvested. It's May and they're ready. Basically these are daikon leaves, the daikon radish leaves, and they're very nutritious and they're really crunchy and really good, but you don't want to let it get it too old. So these are actually baby ones that we're plucking out today from my garden, and we're going to be cooking them. So we're going to be blanching them and then stir frying them. So what you do is you pick up the whole thing, including the roots. We're going to clean them when we get inside. Give it a little shake. So basically we're harvesting our daikon radish leaves. What you want to do is make sure that you leave a few so it can grow, and we can harvest and save the seeds for next spring to plant. So these sprouted really quickly. I think we plant these in for a few weeks and they're already ready to eat. Perfect way to get fresh vegetable from your garden, all organic, all natural. See, the bugs love the sweet leaves. You can see the little bug bites on it, but it's just as delicious as for us to eat and cook. Beautiful sunny day here in Toronto, Canada. We don't get a lot of nice weather. We have a long winter, but we take advantage of the beautiful weather when we can. It's just beautiful. Oh, those are our tomato plants. We don't want to harvest that yet. We're going to wait for them to get nice and big and have big round tomatoes in them. So what happens is that if you wait too long, they get really prickly and you can't eat them. So you make sure you need to harvest these when they're nice and young and tender. If you look closely at the leaves, you can actually see, can you see the little spikes on them? Okay, so those little spikes, as they get older, get really hard. And so that's why you need to harvest these when these are little babies and they're tender. Again, the way to get the seeds for these is to let a couple of them grow until the end of the summer. And then you keep the seeds for next spring. Put them in and they just pop out like that. I love gardening. It's actually very therapeutic. You can see the fruit of your labor and taste the sweetness in the organic vegetables. And it's so accessible in your garden. You don't need a big space. You can try actually planting these in pots if you don't have a garden. Like I said, they grow really quickly and you need to make sure you harvest them when they're young. So within a few weeks they'll be ready, and then you can plant something else in place. So I want to show you the few that I'm going to be leaving, and we're not going to harvest these because we want to make sure that we have seeds so that we can plant them again in the spring. Again, by the end of summer, we can I'll come back, of course, and see how we harvest and save the seeds to ensure that we have some to plant for next spring. I'm going to also show you some of the other plants we're growing, and hopefully you'll come back and see how wonderful they're doing in my garden. This is our tomatoes. So we've got a row of tomatoes going. Let's go to the end of the garden here. We've got some lettuce that are starting to sprout. And we also, if you go further down here, have some beans that are also sprouting. Now beans are climbers and they love to have something to climb on. So we're going to be adding posts soon to these beans. And again, hopefully you get a chance to subscribe so you can see how my beautiful garden turns out. And at the end here, we've got some peppers. We've got some peppers that are sprouting as well. So some peppers, some tomatoes, some lettuce, just a variety of vegetables in my little garden here.